Welcome back. We are back again. Another Monday night, another episode of Ray Sports and Slams. I am your host, Ray All Day. Thank you again for supporting the show. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please obviously follow us on YouTube, Instagram, all social media outlets. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Before I introduce a very, very important guest, I want to say thank you again to everybody who's watching, and a special shout out to my man Fernando for watching the show. Thank you so much. Today, I have a big announcement, folks. So I am going to start with a little drum roll, please. Our new permanent guest, welcome, Mr. Mack Garvin Jr. What is up, brother?
What's going on? Drum roll, drum roll.
You are the new permanent host of the show. And we have had other guests, but the click is there, and we back in business. So welcome to the Boink Studios family. Welcome. I'm pumped. I'm excited. We go back like forget about it, like birds of a feather. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this opportunity for us to reconnect and do, it's going to be crazy going forward.
Crazy. Oh, listen, America. I'm glad y'all like us enough to hang out again. We were co-hosts of a radio show back in the day. Last week, Brother Ray was like, bruh, what do you think, co-host? Sure, but why not? Why would I not? He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you sure you want me? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm in. So yes, America, we are back together again.
Dynamic duo is back. And Fernando's showing some love, giving you congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, Nando. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah.
So it's good, dude. It's good. I feel like it's riding a bicycle. I'm so used to it. You're going to have some crazy opinions. You're going to hear some different views. So get ready for the ride.
Listen, right. Whatever y'all want to talk about, me and my man Ray,
we got you.
Y'all know what to do. My man Nando chiming in. I talked with a couple of friends and we started talking about baseball last week. It was like, bro, you're not a baseball fan. I'm like, I know I'm not a baseball fan, but I know enough.
I am.
Yeah. I said, Ray is the sports guru. I'm the comedy to help when we talk. And if that's what y'all want, great. I can be that. Now I'm a football guy. 100%.
He's a football guru. 100%. So when it comes to football, I'm going to divert to him mostly because that's his thing. All right. Speaking of football,
I can help in that lane. Yes.
Our first topic is the AFC. We got three leaders right now. I'm going to kick this off. We got the Colts, Denver, New England. Three juggernauts all vying for that spot. Right now, we're in the midpoint of the season. We're getting very close. A couple more weeks and playoff will be starting.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to say this. If I had to go with somebody, if you're telling me right now, at this second, who do I feel could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl? And like I said, I'm going to take this first. I'm going to throw it to you.
All right.
I'm probably going to surprise you, but I'm going to say New England. I think Drake May, after speaking to some other people and after seeing Drake May light it up again, I just think he's that dude. I feel like Denver is a great team. I think Bo Nix is a little too experienced. I think the Colts have Gerard Taylor, and he's a beast. But God forbid he gets hurt, you're in trouble. I think New England has more weapons and could do more. And I feel like if push comes to shove, New England will find a way to bounce back and pull out that W. I feel Denver, when it comes to that, when the bright lights come down and Bo Nix got the bright lights on them and they're not playing in Denver, I think they're in trouble. They're a great home team. I will give them all the props at home. On the road, I'm a little sus. And the Colts, like I said, Danny Nichols, pennies, dimes, whatever you want to call him, I think he's decent, but he's got the best running back in football. It's easy to excel when you have a running back like Taylor backing you up. So I'm going to devote to you now. Give me your opinion.
All right, brother. So listen, I'm going to ride with you. I was hoping you were going to say New England as much. Listen, the Giants last season had a conversation. It was on Hard Knocks also too, where our GM, who is still our GM, unfortunately, but it is what it is. He went over and had a conversation with the GM, said, hey, if you guys are thinking about moving out of your spot, let us know. And it's on Hard Knocks. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to move in. And I'm like, so y'all didn't want Daniel Moore at that point. And they sticking with their pick and got Drake May. I think that's who we would have gotten. And, you know, the Colts, again, Daniel Diddles or whatever you want to call him, that dude looks like a Zen master. He left our program. And I'm with you with Denver. Bo Nix, great guy. However, we don't know if the spotlights are going to do him well or not. They're coached him up. They played Patrick Mahomes, and they won the game. So I'm saying to myself, that's great regular season. However, we'll see if he's got, if you want to call it moxie or the it, whatever, we'll see if he's got it then. But I think New England, Drake May, he's got his confidence. I mean, they pushed Mac Jones out the door. I mean, it is what it is.
They did.
It's with the 49ers. He's being serviceable for him, you know, but I think Vrabel has got him. They're talking MVP at this point at their last game. Chen MVP for the guy. I appreciate that, but you mean like for real, Drake May just got here also too. So
he just got there, but he's having a phenomenal season. Fernando saying, is Bill and Tom back in New England? Dude, I think that the connection the coach has with Drake is impressive, dude.
Yeah.
Eric says Denver 9-2 looks like they're having a very special season at this point. New England is valid, but I have to acknowledge what I'm seeing in Denver's game. I agree with you, Eric.
Yeah.
I give you all the credit in the world about, like I said, what they do at home. I want to see what Denver could do on the road against a quality opponent. Would you agree with me, Matt?
Yeah. Bring that noise.
Bring that noise to a top AFC team. Bring it to Pittsburgh, and let's see.
Exactly. And Pittsburgh last week with their trucking machine that they got, number was the 87, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know the dude's name. Yeah, the tight end, bro. Like that's not even fair in being a tight end. Like that dude is a lineman with speed and agility, and he was flying down jumped over, you know, some guy running down the field, and then, you know, pushed some dude off of him with one. That dude's amazing. But you know what, man? Listen, it's one of them deals where I think it's going to be a situation where the right coaching makes a difference. We know that. We absolutely know that. I mean, for what it's worth, Mac Jones, he's with the Niners. Okay. However, they've been winning with him.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mr. Irrelevant came back this past week and they won the game for him. So it just goes to show him, just like conversation last week, bro. Whatever reason why Daniel Dadala, that dude, you're right. They've got a beast for running back. However, the
dude's leading the league in rushing.
Yeah.
And leading the team in touchdowns.
Also. Yeah. He's making it work, but he couldn't do that in New York for 4 daggone years.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why not? And it's called coaching.
He didn't have Taylor as his running back.
Yeah. Well, he had Saquon with him.
He did.
But
so,
you know,
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
Our system wasn't built. I mean,
all right. Our next big topic, switching to the NBA, and then we're going to go back to football because I have some other stuff.
All right.
The big story this week is Nico Harrison got fired. All right. Before we get into our opinions, for those who don't know, Nico Harris, general manager of the Dallas Mavericks, known for the big trade of trading Luka Doncic to the Lakers, which I was very happy about.
Fan base booed
for Anthony Davis. I'm going to let you start this off, Mac. Was his firing justified, and what do you think of the trade? And you know, what do you think of the Dallas Mavericks?
So when the announcement came, and of course, just like you said, which you're very happy about, and we talked about your boy, you know, Luka Luzempa, you know, like Ozempic Luka. It's one of them deals where if it works, you look like a genius. Like had he gone to LA, put on 10 more pounds versus losing, and then look like Joe Schmo and just not doing well and injured already, and he'd be like, that's why we cut him. We knew that. Everyone was concerned, like, why are you trading your number one? He's the only guy you got. As if Kyrie's a bum. But, you know, like, it's like one of them deals where, you know, it can even. So then, of course, they got Anthony Davis, which I'm glad the Lakers finally let go because he's brittle also, too. He can't stay healthy, you know. So it's one of them deals where had the deal went well in their favor, he would look like a genius. But unfortunately, Kyrie's injured. They traded Luka, Anthony Davis is a little bit banged up right now, also still, so he isn't 100%. And because of the Lakers and him doing well over there, I think is the only reason why the Heat got too much and they cut him loose. There's always a patsy, bro, always. And it's unfortunate for Nick, but it's called business, bro. Just don't take it personal. He's gonna get hired somewhere else as a GM, like, so it's sad, but I get it. It's called it's ultimately the word I spoke to yesterday is called optics. I think ownership had to make a move because of the Heat, and they're losing. And the reason why we're losing is because we traded Luka, and someone has to take the fall for it. So,
all right,
it's sad.
Here's my take. I think that Luka Doncic is in his prime. He's playing like an MVP candidate right now.
Yeah.
There's no arguing about it. I feel
there's only 6 games, bro. 6, 7, 8 games.
No, there's like 12 games. Let's not diminish the Lakers now. Let's not go
Baker's dozen. Sorry.
Exactly. We're 9-4, I think, or 9-3. But regardless, we're not going there. Anthony Davis is made of shattered glass. I like him as a person. I think when he's healthy and when he's playing, he's probably one of the best power forwards in the game. But that's like a lunar eclipse. It's so rare that happens.
Yeah.
He's very injury prone, extremely injury prone. And I feel like Cooper Flag is not Cooper Flag. He's Cooper Rag. He's not that. I don't think he's that dude. Kyrie's Kyrie. Unfortunately, he's hurt. I will agree to you to this. Had Luka been this out of shape guy that Nico thought he was getting rid of, he would look like a star. See, I told you. Look, now is he 20 pounds overweight? Now he's 30 pounds overweight. So he's looking like a rock star. See, and if Anthony Davis had stayed healthy, I will follow you on that. He's looking like the smartest GM in the world. Look, I got a top forward. He's playing like a beast. He's not hurt. Luke is overweight even more. Who's the man now? But unfortunately, like you said, Anthony Davis is hurt, like on course. Luka lost 20 pounds. It looks like he's an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
The Lakers are on fire, and unfortunately, Dallas is like 4-10. So there has to be a patsy, like you said, and unfortunately, it has to be
the sword to fall on, bro.
It has to be.
You're right.
Has to be somebody taking the bullet, and Nico, anything that could have gone wrong in this trade went wrong for Nico.
Has gone wrong. Exactly. And you're right. They got the #1 overall draft pick. I mean, out of his control, but when you lose enough, you get more balls. And in the lottery, that's how they do it. And, and you're right. Flag, he looks all right.
Looks all right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think he's anything special. I don't.
Yeah. Like he shined at Duke. No.
Yeah.
Duke. Yeah, Duke.
Yeah, Duke. He shined at Duke, but
yeah. He became.
There's a lot of college players that shine, and then when they get to the pros, it's like a different person.
Yeah. Maybe the spotlight is too big for him. He was the big dog. He was the big fish in a small pond at Duke, and then when he went over here and entered a river, and it's like, now, bro, there's 10 fishes as big as you are, and now he looks like what and why.
Eric Hello.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis is never 100%. Nico should be rehired just so they could fire him again for trading Luka. Because if Luka didn't work out like a beast,
Yeah.
Yo,
E, you're right on it, bro. Like,
I agree with you, E. I you know what? Not only do I agree with you, I applaud you.
Give that man a round of applause. Absolutely. Yeah, man.
Applaud that man. Applaud that man. But let's be real. Anthony Davis is known for being injured. That's his shtick. He's always hurt.
Yeah.
He rolled the dice and said, you know what? I'm going to get 2020 Anthony Davis, who won a championship in the bubble, but he was healthy the whole season. I think he played like 70 games.
He was that year?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could look it up if you want. He played close to 70 games. He was healthy most of the season. And he played like an MVP, and he was a beast. The Lakers won the whole thing.
Yeah.
He was hoping he was going to get that version. That was like a unicorn, dude. That's not going to happen again.
It's not.
And he was hoping that LeBron James was not going to push Luka into losing weight. And if you know LeBron is like one of the most fittest guys in the NBA. He's not going to have a guy on his team coming in out of shape. So,
but how come he couldn't do that with Ant though? He couldn't do that with Davis.
He kept Davis in shape. He just couldn't. He couldn't get his bones healthy, I guess. Oh, Fernando, one of the dumbest trades ever. I agree with you 100%. All right, man. We're going to dive it back to the NFL because there's another top story that I want to get into, and we both have two different opinions on this. So let's discuss it. For those who don't follow college football, Texas A&M played South Carolina. Very close game. Texas A&M, who's ranked, I believe, second or third in the college polls. Barely third, right?
Yeah,
barely got by and beat South Carolina, I think 31-30 or 33-30. Don't quote me on the score.
Yeah.
Harvard had just ran for an 80-yard touchdown, and he's going into the tunnel. One of the sheriffs bumped into him very hard.
Both arms,
him hard.
Both arms.
I'm going to start and say this first. I felt like, Texas is a very, very competitive college state. I think 30% of that push was Texas college football pride. I think, it's huge there. My wife has family in Texas. I know they take their football extremely seriously.
Oh, my God.
I get it to some extent. However, I think there was a little racial motivation from my perspective involved in it. And I think the fact that he got dismissed from that game and now they're looking into things doesn't help his case. It's an ugly look for college football. And I feel like you've got to know in 2025, everything's on camera. You cannot do these things and not expect to be repercussions. You cannot do something like this so blatantly flagrant and not think it's going to get seen. So, Mac, I know you have a different opinion or a different perspective, so I'm going to let you roll with this. Go ahead, brother.
All right. No problem at all, brother. Thanks. Appreciate that. So, first and foremost, what happened, me and Ray talked about this. This guy just happened to get caught on camera. This is not the first time. This is probably happened with opposing teams. When your team is losing, this is what happens. I do believe, as far as like the issue of race, like Ray touched about, had they been all Caucasian, maybe it may not have gone that way. But when your team's losing, and then of course these kids are coming out, and he just walks by and shoves both of them and then turns around as if like getting mad at them, and they're just trying to go back into the game, and this dude has this attitude. He had an attitude because they were losing. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, that this incident still occurs. We see it in other sports as well. It just so happens this dude got caught on camera. And what happens in America, as you know, when something goes viral, now that clip gets magnified. And then when you make it to social media platforms, sports social media platforms like ESPN, First Take, Around the Horn, when you become a spotlight, that team, was he a part of the police department?
He was part of the sheriff's department, I believe.
The sheriff's department. Okay, yeah. So now the sheriff's department now has to take the heat. And then, listen, we're not going to.
That's under investigation and everything.
Yeah. Now, it may get to that point, you're right, they're going to suspend him for conduct detrimental to the sport. The fan base of Texas is probably going to visceralize this guy, and it's going to make it worse for him, all because of one bad choice. This is where we are. You also know, Ray, like we all know, with the Raiders, John Gruden is a name that's been buzzing around right now to come back to the NFL. He was a name that was approached to the Giants, and me and Ray talked, and I said, listen, just like John Gruden, he got caught on these emails. Would any team take the chance of hiring him, knowing that 90% of this staff that he will work with are African Americans? He made a statement that's derogatory to African Americans and an email. And just an email got him fired and almost banned from the league. We see it in basketball right now. Mm-hmm. We have a Hall of Fame, three-time NBA champion with the Pistons, coach who's coaching, and because they bet on the game, him and like another coach possibly. And now these dudes are on investigation. Now the FBI got involved.
Yeah.
Situation. And it's like, bro, the FBI don't just knee-jerk react. But we see now how your words and your actions can get you publicly chopped.
100%.
And this guy is going, it's this tunnel. He just got caught, man. Like he's probably done it plenty other times in that tunnel, whatever. He just got caught. Do I feel bad for him? Absolutely not.
Eric brings up a valid point. I agree about the racial element. As I was watching the game, I asked myself, would it have been happened if the two players in the runner were white? It did occur to me, and I didn't like seeing that. Yeah, I mean, I have to believe there had to be a small element of the racialness involved.
Yeah.
I want to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? More neutral, and say maybe it's just like I said. I know Texas is a very, very, very competitive college sport. It was a great game. It was 31-30. Okay.
31-30. Thank you. Thanks, Ian.
Thank you, Eric.
Appreciate you. He was
part of the stadium detail, and he was sent home shortly after. He will not be allowed to do stadium games. Yeah, he shouldn't be. I feel like you can't control yourself. You know, I get it. You know, Texas A&M's records on the line, their rankings on the line. South Carolina's not even ranked. So to lose to a team like that, you know, that's like, you know, losing to a Pop Warner team. You know, they're not ranked. They're not in a top conference. You know, Texas A&M is a beast. They're ranked third, like I said, for a reason. So, I think it was just an ugly look. Shane brings up a good point. As an officer, he should have known better. That's why guys get it. Yeah, exactly. So the good cops, the good sheriffs who are doing their job or enjoying the game, now are getting scrutinized for something this knucklehead did. So I feel bad for him.
And let someone get pulled over and see him. And especially for African American too, he'll let him go.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Or especially, oh, you're that guy with their phone like this. Yeah. What do we need to talk about, sir? Okay. All right. What? So you want me to get the car and push me? Like that kind of, it can hurt. It's going to get bad before it gets better for him. And like, bro, we've seen it. Okay. I'll give you better situation. I'll give you a better situation. Right. So remember earlier this year, this has got nothing to do with as far as sports, but more so this situation where that couple that were, I guess it was some CEO of some company and the secretary.
Was
at the concert,
at the Coldplay concert.
The Coldplay concert. And of course, he said, wow, unless these two are not married, what's going on up there? Come to find out, they're not. And, you know, and look what happened. Obviously, she quit, and that guy had to resign as CEO of his company.
Exactly. So
you know what I mean? Because things are they never thought they were going to get caught.
All right. We're going to move on.
All right.
And now we're going to talk about a team that I don't want to talk about, but I have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I cannot cry Eagles cry because the Eagles are winning again. I'm going to start this first because I got to get this off my chest, and then I'm going to let you run with this.
No problem.
The Eagles won again. They beat Detroit. They're on top of the NFC East. I feel like, you know, from my view, they're one of the luckiest teams in pro football. I think they win by the skin of their teeth. I think they just get a lot of lucky breaks. I think that tush push is horrible. I think Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback. I think he's mediocre at best. I think they have.
Wow.
I think he's top 5. I can think 5 quarterbacks right now that are better than Jalen Hurts.
Okay,
right
so
now.
You think Dak? So is Dak Prescott better than Jalen Hurts?
No question about it.
Oh my God.
Matthew Stafford, way better. Patrick Mahomes, way better.
Okay, Mahomes is different
way
dude.
better. Lamar Jackson, way better. I can keep going.
Is a different dude, but your boy, you're saying Dak Prescott. Okay, last time I checked, and there will be an episode where we will go back and forth this issue of your love with Dallas Cowboys. The Super Bowl defending champion quarterback, and listen, America, I'm a Giants fan. I'm not a hater. I recognize that this guy has fought adversity. They are the Super Bowl defending champs, so give them the courtesy and respect that they deserve. Jalen Hurts has to be at least top 5. And the only reason why I say that is like statistics don't show.
So wait a minute. Let's go.
Are we
quarterback
winning?
by quarterback. Are you saying Jalen Hurts is better than Mahomes?
Hold on. Are we winning? Yes or no? 8 to 10.
Top 5 quarterbacks. Is he better than Pat Mahomes? Yes or no? Simple yes or no.
No.
Okay. Is he better than Matthew Stafford? Yes or no?
Yes.
You think right now, Jalen? Oh my God.
Their records are the same. Okay. What top tier town
What was that,
sorry, LA Rams.
What was that again?
Who they played that's been top tier?
You're out of your Matt Stafford right now. You think Jalen Hurts is better than Matt Stafford?
But he is brittle too. We talked about him you talking about 2 weeks ago. When he is healthy, they paid him this contract. If he stays healthy the rest of the season, he is a great regular season quarterback. He is a Super Bowl champ.
Maurice just said it. Tush, push, come on. That's right.
All right, Reese, you know like I know.
Applaud this man. Hold on.
NFL agency made a decision.
Applaud that man.
It's made a decision. They tried to ban it. If more teams could do it better, then there would be. It's just they're best at it at this point. Everyone else hates it because they're not as good as it as he is and their team.
All right. I feel like Jalen Hurts is a top 10. I think the team is solid. They have great receivers. Saquon Barkley is a beast running back.
Oh my
they have
God.
good defense. Yeah. I just think they've caught a lot of lucky breaks. And I think that the fairy dust is going to end soon. And then you're going to see the real Eagles. And then we're going to have this conversation again in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
And to think that you're saying he's better than Matthew Stafford is insane.
Yes. Because here's the thing.
You shouldn't really drink before the show.
All right. I think Sirianni, they've not asked him to do a lot, and the expectation for him to do more can be the case. We've seen him put up points, but last week, I 100% was a defensive battle. I mean, Philly's defense is finally showing up. Mind you, I'm giving them credit. I'm a Giants fan, bro, but I'm giving them credit because they only let them score 9. Now, on the flip side of that, how about the fact that
do you read that? That's right. You know what? Applaud that man too. Applaud that man. I love it.
Oh man, listen, bro. I'm concerned from the standpoint of like, okay, I'll give you another example. Last season, Patrick Mahomes won their division, won their conference, and won a bye. They were waiting to see who was going to meet them week 1 of the playoffs. Yeah. However, they kept giving this kudos to Josh, as well as Mr. Flash, Mr. Dynamite in Baltimore, Mr. Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
How
Mr. Jackson, if you ask me.
Yeah. How are you giving this guy MVP when Mahomes has done everything in the regular season and waiting for someone to play? Why do they not give Mahomes the opportunity to get MVP? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mahomes
they lost
won MVP
one game
year.
last year. Yeah, they lost one game, but yes, the race was between Josh, as well as, Lamar. And I'm like, why are these two the guys the top talk for MVP?
Lamar's legit, but Pat Mahomes is the beast. And speaking of Pat Mahomes, our next topic, Kansas City Chiefs unfortunately lost again. They're on the cusp of not even making the playoffs. I'm going to let you go first on this one. Is the dynasty over? Will they make the playoffs? Will they do anything in the playoffs?
If they get into the playoffs, I don't think they're going back this year. I mean, there's a whole lot. I don't know, man. They're just or because last season we seen them clicking early on, and I think it was like week 11 is when they lost their one game. No, I'm sorry, they lost 2. They finally lost the game at like week 11, and I'm like, okay, the machine, they're going back this year because they're 5-5. They look suspect, and I if they get into the playoffs, I think the Mahomes magic will kick in. If they don't, because where they are at 5-5, their division, if you don't have 12, you're not getting into the playoffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the difference for their division.
Yeah, now you're going to get as a wild card.
Yeah, exactly. Like but over here in the East, 12, you're first round bye.
Yeah, 12, forget it. I think you can get in. I believe it or not, dude. I think in the NFC, I think 9 and 8 is going to get you in now. It's not going to be that hard.
Yeah, that's how bad it is over here.
But the AFC is a different animal, dude. I agree with you 100% on that one.
It is. So that's why I think if they get in,
all right. Here's my take. I feel like until you kill the head of the snake, I think Kansas City still has a shot to get to the playoffs. Do I think they're gonna win the AFC? I do not. I think Pat Mahomes is still a top tier number 1 quarterback. I think the team is solid. I think that the defense is a little suspect. I think that Chris Jones is running the defense by himself. I think the secondary is sus. Yeah. I think Kansas City's is beatable. They got to get on a winning streak like ASAP. They need to pull off at least 5 in a row right now. I think if they drop 2 more, it's over. You got to keep winning. You got to you got to go at least. They're 17 games. They're 5-5. They've got to go at least 11-6.
8.
Yeah, you've got to pull it. It's a wrap.
It is, bro. It is, man. Like I'm concerned. It's kind of like the movie Rocky. Was it Rocky 3 with Dolph Lundgren? You know, where you know his corner was like, you know, you hurt him. He's not a machine. Like, you know what I mean? He's bleeding. Like, you know, take it to him, you know? And it's kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs have seemed like this invincible beast regular season. Like I said before, last year they only lost 2, but it was late in the season. And so here we are now in the situation. They're 5-5. I'm like, bro, y'all.
It looks rough. But I'm never going to count Pat Mahomes out. I think
Mahomes magic, bro.
Mahomes is magical. So if there's going to be a team that's 5-5 that's going to do it, that's the team I'm going to put money on. That's just from my take, from my insight, I feel like he's that guy. I'm not saying he's going to, but if someone is going to do it, it's going to be him.
Yeah, because we know, because Andy Reid's a great coach, and when they come off a bye, watch out. You know what I mean? They figure out a way to win. His record for coming off a bye is like 10-1 or whatever it is.
It's like 11-1 or 10-1, something crazy.
Yeah, like something crazy. Casey needs to get
needing the lather. I agree with you, Maurice, 100%. Eric says Rocky 4.
Yeah, it was Rocky. That was Rocky 3. Was that
Rocky
4?
4 or 3? I don't remember.
4. It was 4. Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, 4. Yeah, 3 was Glover Lang.
Danny Dimes is better than Dak. Are you out of your mind? You know what you get for that?
Danny Dimes is better than Dak. No, he's not.
You're out of your mind.
I appreciate you, but now I don't like you. Danny Dimes will turn back into who he is. The pumpkin. Well, right now the mice and whatever carriage turned into the pumpkin is now grown into the carriage, but he's going to shrink back to the pumpkin, and he's going to crunch under the pressure.
I'm going to hit a topic that I know it's not your strength, but I have to talk about because it just happened. The MVP was announced in the American League. Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying Kyle Raleigh should have won it. He had a great season. I'll start by saying this. Kyle Raleigh is a catcher, and for those who don't follow baseball, catchers are not known for being offensive juggernauts. They're more of a defensive asset, throwing out runners, picking off runners, blocking the plate. They're not known for their hitting like that. Johnny Bench, I think, is like the last. Mike Piazza, great hitter. That's a
hitter
catcher.
Catcher.
They're not known for it. Cal Raleigh had a phenomenal year. Aaron Judge, no disrespect to Aaron Judge, he had another phenomenal year as well. I feel, Cal Raleigh's team did more in the playoffs. I think he was more of a valuable asset to that team. So from my perspective, I think he should have gotten it. I feel like Aaron Judge, is that dude on the Yankees, but again, he's playing the outfield. Outfields are known for hitting, running, the whole spiel. So he's not doing anything extraordinary. He's putting up insane numbers, but you gotta take a perspective to position. And like I said, catchers are not known for their hitting, and for him to have a season like that and being a defensive juggernaut, I think his throwout percentage was way up there. Picking off runners was way up there. So he was a defensive asset and an offensive asset. So I want to hear your thoughts. Again, I know baseball is not your strength, but
no, that's all right, bro.
Give me your opinion on this.
Riley, you're right, because what he does athletic wise, you're right. It's right around the diamond. When you're in the outfield, you're waiting for something to happen. He's where the action is every play, because he's the catcher, not first, second, third. They see him every time. When they're trying to run home, they're going to see him. It is a hard position to be the catcher because of the abuse of their knees. That's why you don't see as many catchers with longevity like Mike Piazza happen to have. They have to do a lot more as far as like strength and conditioning, leg work, just for their knees. So I will give you credit on that. And just like the situation with, Texas, it's called optics. Judge is the face of their franchise. They were in the playoffs. They got swept, mind you, but they're in the playoffs, and he is
the Yankees lose.
Huh?
Duh, Yankees lose.
Yankees lose, America. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but the reason why Judge got the spotlight is because of that. And had they not made the playoffs, they would not have a conversation about it.
Fernando rebounds himself. Cal should have won. I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Do you take into account the defensive asset that he was as well? Because I think his throwout percentage was the highest in baseball. And he's throwing out runners left and right. Has a cannon.
Yeah.
So you're not bringing him in for defensive purposes. You're bringing him because he could do both.
Exactly. And I think Kyle Ralph, he should have, just because, like I said before, the ability of what he did is because if that was the case, there'd be catchers that would be doing that. We're not going to Japan looking for a catcher.
Right? But I know like catchers are you get a catcher because you want him to be a defensive asset. The guy could throw, like he has a cannon for an arm, could throw at every runner, pick off any runner, knows how to call the game. You're not looking for his bat. You know that the outfielders and the infielders are going to pick up the slack for his bat. The fact that he had such a strong bat justifies to me why he should have got MVP.
Yeah, and that's why
Judge won MVP because he's a Yankee. You know what, Fernando? I'm going to applaud you for that too. Give him an applause.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's a huge plus.
You know that it's optics. It's what America wants to see, and for what. Listen, I know you love baseball, but there's a reason why the NFL's king. Like baseball has a kind of what's the word I want to use? It is a sport that's predominated by certain nationalities. Mm-hmm. Games are long. I mean, World Series, 11 innings to decide the champion. You're staying up.
100%.
You miss it if you left because after 9, like this game's still going. This is it. You know what I mean? So it went 11 innings to win the championship. So for me, it's like because the games are so long and the activity, if they get a hit, but if it's a strikeout and we're waiting for, if it's the sport itself, they're trying to figure out ways to speed the game up because of the audience.
Yeah, with the pitch count, and you only can go to the runner twice to pick them off, and then the guy gets the base. They're doing things to make it better, but I agree with you.
Yeah, but the entity of the game itself, the sport, the way it's designed, it's not fast-paced action. Defensive players should get more credit.
I agree, dude. Like I said, he was such a defensive asset that the fact that he could hit, dude, is huge. Maybe he didn't hit 350, but dude, like I said,
most catchers don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, and that's why our boy on the other side, Shohei Ohtani, won is his league as MVP, and because he does something that nobody
can do.
You know what I mean? He's pitching and killing him on the mound and hitting him from the mound. Like,
Eric Wings at one point, Cal Raleigh did hit 247. But again, you're talking catcher. He's not a offensive asset. You're looking for him defensively. The fact that he hit over 50 home runs and drove an X amount of RBIs, dude, like you're neglecting the fact that he didn't bat 350. Okay, I'll give you that. Aaron Judge is a better hitter from a batting average perspective, but you're talking overall, dude.
Supposed to be.
You're watching this with Yankee glasses. I get it. You're a Yankee fan. I get it. Yeah. But I thought Kyle Raleigh should have gotten it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to switch gears. We're going to go to the NBA, the hard court. Yeah. Draymond Green. For those who don't know the Draymond Green story, Draymond Green was playing in a game, and there was a fan heckling him and screaming out Angel Reese because he was bricking like you're putting up a new house.
Running and playing.
And he got very upset and confronted the fan, almost got into a physical altercation. I will start this off, and then I'll let you kick it into gear. I feel Draymond Green should get suspended several games. I feel the guy did not call you anything racially. He didn't insult your sexuality. He didn't insult your family. Didn't insult your kids. Saying that you're playing like Angel Reese is his God-given right to say. To me, that's not offensive. He's just saying you're not playing well. And for you to get in this guy's face and threaten physical violence over that is crazy. The NBA is going to do what they have to do. I know that the commissioner is not one to play around with, so this is going to turn to something. Mac, give me your thoughts, brother.
It is. And then the problem with Draymond, this isn't the first time. Like, if I remember right, was it 2 years ago he got suspended and he was talking about maybe retiring?
Yep, like maybe
that whole
2, 3.
Yeah, that whole incident. Like, bro, you are turning into Dennis Rodman, bro. Like, the fans are, listen, as long as he's not touching him or spitting on him.
Yes.
Like Jamar Chase.
If we have time, we'll get into that. If not, we'll have to talk about it some point. But go ahead.
Yeah, you got to understand, bro. They paid to see you. The fans buy the tickets. Now, they're not entitled to say nasty words and throw stuff at you because you can get ejected. But at this point, if you're listening to a fan, that's on you. Just leave the stadium, chop it up, whatever be the case in the locker room. Long as this guy is not berating you and trying to talk about your family, your wife is blah, 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 trying to personally attack him. But again, you also, if you can express to the stadium staff, listen, this guy, was heckling my family, being very disrespectful. Then they may have to, they'll try and go after
and
him.
that's happened several times.
That has, right. And they have banned fans from the stadiums forever. Like that we do not appreciate.
But I'm going to double down on this. Again, he didn't go into a racial tirade.
Yeah.
Didn't insult the man's kids. Didn't insult his wife. Didn't insult his family. Dude, you're an NBA player, dude. Fans are allowed to say certain things. I agree with you 100%, Mac. As long as you don't get personal, as long as I'm not talking about Mrs. Garvin, your beautiful daughter, your son, your family, your mother, father. Dude, if I say Mack Garvin, you're playing like Angel Reese, dude, and you're getting mad, dude, that's on you. That's exactly on you, dude. You gotta just take that in stride, dude.
And especially if I paid my money, because he's close to courtside.
Exactly.
So he paid more for a ticket. I did not come to see gray hair Draymond play like trash.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? And
Preach,
then of course, if you get offended by that, so obviously you think, like, you really thought already, I'm playing like Angel Reese. Yeah, go watch the tape.
Like you're throwing bricks out there, dude.
Yeah, like
he took it way too personal, dude. And I feel like he overreacted.
Absolutely.
He's reacting like he was saying something again, not to just keep harping on it about his family or his kids. Like, dude, he's saying you're playing like another NBA player that's a female. Like, okay, dude, like, get over it. Get over it, dude.
Yeah.
Fernando tells like it is. He just doesn't learn. This guy beats up his own teammates. Dude, you're hurting your team. You're hurting your team by acting like a child.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's just not worth it.
Yeah, if he gets suspended for it, like, and again, this isn't the first time, and that's the problem for him now. Like, and he supposedly went to counseling and therapy, all of that, and obviously it didn't work. If that's the case, so if they do a suspension again, would I be surprised? I mean,
if they're paying you millions of dollars to play a game, and someone says, Mac, you're playing like Angel Reese, are you getting upset?
Nah, I'm like, I know her. I'll let her know you talked about her. That would have been my answer. Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
you really think so? Okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. She's got a Reebok deal. I'm happy for her. Thank you for bringing her up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm moving on. Like, that should not be something that offends him whatsoever. And if that's all it takes, then other fans will figure out, listen, let's
he calls you a duty head? Is that going to flip you out? Like, what? Like, your bar is set too low, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's set way too low, dude.
And
like, for him to say that and you're flipping out, like, dude, he was about to hit him. And I think that to me is asinine.
Part. Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Had he just reacted like and just kept going, but the fact you could see the visible
that pushed his button.
Yes,
crazy.
Like, wow.
Like that's all it took for him to like that's like you're insulting my family. You're getting to my core, my wife or something. I'm getting mad like that to say I'm playing like a WNBA player. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that guy will get 5 minutes to shine on some podcast somewhere now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yeah. And I kind of knew like he just wasn't. Someone's going to put him on a show.
Yeah, this dude's going to get famous now. He's like, dude, you almost got punched in the face for saying you play like I don't get it, dude. Like, I've seen so much worse. And for you to blow up like that, like, dude, like, you're in the NBA, you're getting paid millions of dollars. And that small little feather, it's not even a rock, not even a pebble.
That's even a
little
pebble,
feather.
Bro.
That's not even a pebble. That's a feather. If that feather lights you up like that, dude, you got bigger issues, dude. Like, that to me is like, dude, he literally wound up, was like ready to throw in. Like, the security had to get between him. And I'm like, are you serious right now?
That's the bad. Like, he went towards him, and that's what makes it worse. Like, bro, we've already went down this road, Dre. Like, what are you doing? And then, like, you're right, have his fist like, are you? You're right. And then, of course, and you know what? Maybe
like a girl. Exactly, dude. Like, stop, grow up, dude.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, dude. All right. Staying in the NBA. Lakers are on fire. 7 of 8.
Yeah.
Looking like a well-oiled machine. Now, unfortunately, the so-called king is coming back. He's coming back tomorrow as they play Utah. I'm going to let you start this off. How will this impact the team? What type of role should LeBron play? And what do you see him doing and contributing to the Lakers? Ball is yours.
All right, no problem at all. All right, so Luka Zempic, as we know, we're gonna ride with that all season.
We have to ride with that. Deals. That's part of our show right now.
It's gonna be built in on, and we'll find someone else to pick on too. So here's the deal. LeBron's he's the team captain. LeBron's the machine. Luka, he will pass the torch to him because he can't play forever. At least maybe another season, depending on how well they do this year. He's going to come and get inserted back to his position that he is. And Luka will have to continue to be, Robin. You know what I mean? Like it's great. It's like that. Okay, do you remember way back when where it was in New York, Linsanity?
Yeah.
Okay, remember that old deal?
Yeah.
Like 15, 20 guys, he became this household name, but this guy was in the wings. Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony?
Carmelo Anthony. He was sidelined. And he became the craze, and they were winning, and then Ant came back, switched things up, and then they continued. I think they made the playoffs that year, but Linsanity was everywhere. And then of course he shrunk back down to what he is. Now Luka is his own beast in his own right. Okay. So I do believe the chemistry between them will continue like last season. However, he's in better shape, and I'm pretty sure it's all going to work out. LeBron is going to be and do what he's supposed to do numbers wise. They just have to learn to play better now that he's in better shape. That's it.
I feel like this. Luka's on fire. Austin Reeves is on fire. I respect LeBron James. I feel like he's going to be a significant part of their offense. But do I think he should be your number one option? At this point? No, dude, I feel like he's
I don't know.
Got to be Robin the offense. I feel like it could be probably team. Do I think that JJ Redick is going to let it get there? No, but I feel like Luka's going to get upset if Luka's not the primary ball handler the way he's used to for the last 12 games. Such like the team is gelling behind Luka as your focal point. He's leading the offense. He's setting the game. He's setting the tone for the game. I think LeBron, he's a very intelligent man. He knows the game. He's very, very cerebral.
Oh, my God.
He's got to know, all right, dude, I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess up this chemistry. Maybe I will take a small step back. I mean, LeBron's LeBron. He's going to score his points. But I don't think at this point in his career he needs to drop 40-plus every game anymore. He doesn't need to.
Yeah. Someone's going to have to shoulder the load, bro. And again, if this is where the season of the changing of the guards happens and he takes a reduced role, I don't think he's going to try and go somewhere else and be the guy anymore. Bro, there's nowhere left for you to go, So I do agree with you from the standpoint of chemistry is important. You need that in NBA. Case in point, when LeBron tagged up with his boys in Miami and they made it to the playoffs and lost, that first year they got together, and then the next two won both of them. So it takes time for the chemistry to gel. They got together during the season, not mid-season. Yeah. And so now, but then again, Luke was not Ozempic ready. And now he is. Yeah, I think that's going to make the difference where you're right. He's watching the games. He's on the side. He sees what's going on. And he's probably trying to calculate, how can I plug myself into this effectively? Because I know I can. And you're right. The cerebral thought, this is now, if he tries to come back and says, no, it has to be my way. I would hope he's smart enough, or the coach tell him, no, this is what we're doing now. And if he has to, now mind you, if he has the stroke to do that, Laker office wise, Like you can tell
Does
LeBron
he have that stroke? This will tell.
Like you know what I mean?
He's
like,
dominating the court and he's putting up all the shots, even if he makes them, and he has the games that he's having, and he drops 40 or 50, and they win. You still got to wonder. I'm like, dude, when are you going to finally pass this torch over? And I feel to Maurice's point, Luka's going to get frustrated.
You're right, because when he comes back, unless he is talking to him after the games is over, like having conversation, bro, man, I see this is what's going on. This is what I'm gonna do to try and plug myself back in, et cetera, versus just show up on the court and all of a sudden start showing out. And then we see, and they will zoom in on it, Luke's reaction. Like, looks like someone's not happy. It's going to hit the sports media circuit. Mm-hmm. And Stephen A will be talking about it. Did y'all see that on the sideline? You know, that whole energy will happen if LeBron comes and says it has to be my way or no way. I hope not. I hope
not either.
Yeah, you know, so yeah.
Austin Reeves is a big part of their offense now. I mean, he's dropping 20 plus a game. He's having triple doubles. And I feel like LeBron's got to be smart enough. And I think, again, to his credit, I think he's very intelligent. So he's got to know, like, look, this team is coasting. This team is winning. Yeah. You know, we have a chance to win this whole thing. Let's not rock the boat. Like, he does not need to be the leader at this point. He already was.
I'm with you on that, bro. Yeah. It's going to be
a very good point. LeBron's switch reminds me of Dak and Tony Romo situation. Tony lets it up to the younger player. Exactly. Like sometimes you gotta bow down to the guy that's, because Luke is 26 in his prime. And like he's, with his Ozempic, he's looking great. So I don't know.
A solid 10 out of this guy.
Reddick
you can't go against.
Oh my God. Gotta applaud that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Reese. That's exactly why. If LeBron comes back in and says it's my way or the highway, bro, like you're gonna upset the apple cart, whatever expression you want to use. And like I said before, Lynn Sanity, Anthony back wanted to do it his way, and Lynn went by the wayside. I think they cut him in the offseason, if I'm not mistaken, that year. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Luke is not going anywhere.
No, he's not. He re-signed big contract, so he ain't going anywhere. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's end it with a crazy note. I know you know this stuff too. Boxing World has just announced after Tank Davis had to back out of this fight. Jake Paul is fighting former heavyweight champion, 36-year-old Anthony Joshua. I will kick this off first. I feel Anthony Joshua has everything to lose and absolutely nothing to gain. You are still an active heavyweight. You're still trying to get back the heavyweight title. Yeah. To lose or to look bad against Jake Paul is just going to take your stock and drop it to the floor.
And you're never
going to get this back. I'll say this, and then I'm going to defer to you. I feel your management screwed up. I don't know how much money you were offered, but to take this fight and not beat the brakes out of Jake Paul is going to destroy your boxing career. You're not 55. You're not 65. You're 36, and you had another couple of fights left in you. I know you were trying to get that heavyweight title back. And to fight this fight makes no sense to me. I don't know what you're doing, but good luck, brother. I think I said Jake Paul's got nothing to lose. He loses. I lost to a heavyweight champion. He wins. Now he can talk all the nonsense he wants. Mac, what do you think, bro?
Oh, brother, like, listen, Ray. This has got, you're right, BAD written all over it. Like, for Ant, like 100%. And in Jake Paul's, I guess we've bagged on him like you're not a professional boxer and you keep fighting dudes who are well past, a.k.a. Mike Tyson. Mike did not need the money. He took the fight, and now we're seeing close-ups and people editing, looking close in, like seeing him talking to him like bro, don't kill, or whatever be the case, and then hugged him in the middle ring at the end. It was absolutely a money grab. I mean, kudos to Netflix for making it happen. This guy, Ant, better be being paid close to $100 million, bro, because if this kills him, he will never have credibility in the boxing world ever again. You lost to a crumb bum who's not even ranked as
in any of the three bodies that are obviously notable
governing bodies,
WBA, WBC, IBF. You're not ranked any of them.
He's not ranked in any of them. It's on Netflix again because he's got to deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
If you're going to lose to an influencer, bro, like his credibility will be zero.
And this is the guy that, I want to cut you off. This is the guy that is in heavyweight contention. This is legit heavyweight fighter. So
and
Anthony Joshua, I don't know why you couldn't find someone else to fight. And like you said, unless they're offering him gajillion dollars, like, dude, like you have so much to lose. And
I think, Paul, whatever arrangement, they're like, if we can get him to agree, this will bring your draft stock. I shouldn't say draft stock. It'll bring your credibility as a legit fighter. Because that's been the knock on him.
Yeah.
Bro, you're fighting has-beens and wannabes. And in this case, Anthony, it's like, man, I know there was this loose rumor. Okay, so all right. I guess we're going to talk about these two dudes, but we're going to bring up the loose conversation right now about Pacquiao and Mayweather possibly getting together again. That's another show.
That's another show.
Yeah, it's just one of them deals where boxing, and see, is this going to look bad on boxing as an option? Like, we're going to take the chance. And if this guy loses,
worse and worse, unfortunately. I mean, there was a great fight just recently on Saturday where Chris Eubank just lost, which that was a legit fight. But when we get fights like that, we don't ever get fights like that.
Exactly. And there's no
Maurice
big headline. Please no, Ab.
It's not a good look for Josh, dude. Anthony's got so much to lose.
Yeah,
dude, I don't understand this.
And here's the real question: you gonna watch? Oh, he is a clown, bro.
He's a clown.
I
feel like
that's what he is.
Yeah, and he's fighting a legit fighter. So again,
you watch.
If I'm nothing else to do, if nothing else is going on, and I'm home,
nothing else better to do. It's snowing outside, and the plow's coming by. The wife said, "Hey, let's go upstairs." Sure, but if not, I'll watch this. Yeah, man.
This is where you can ask me or Mac anything you want, and the floor is wide open. We could talk about anything.
Yeah.
Says boxing's become a joke. It has, because when you're getting an influencer fighting a legit top 10 heavyweight, it's a nightmare.
I can't even understand. You're right. His PR team said, bro, but if you lose, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we got to find out.
I don't know who his manager is to think that was a good idea.
We have to find out how much his guaranteed take home is going to be, win or lose. It better be over 50 mil. If it's not, then like, why? Because the numbers rating, they're going to make money.
Yes.
They're going to make money because boxing peers are going to tune in just to see what happens. And for the Jake Paul fanny boys or ladies, whatever be the case, he's an influencer, and this will definitely help him tenfold as far as his number of viewership. When he got Mike to agree during the no, that wasn't during the pandemic. That was
that 23?
Yeah.
And Mike was like 58.
Yeah,
that was understandable because at least like, all right, you're fighting this old washed up boxer. Okay.
Yeah.
Tyson had nothing to lose because he's 58.
And the fact that he agreed to it, I'm like, Mike, man, come on, bro. You know what I mean? But
we'll hearts see. Tonight as them boys play in honor Marsha Nealon. If you're struggling, tell somebody. 100%, dude. I feel that's a horrible situation. Everybody, dude, pray for his family. I think it's what happened was tragic. Hearts go to him and his family, dude. And I'm sure that the Cowboys would do something in honor of him. 100%.
They definitely will, man. I mean, and listen, America, I'm going to tell everyone, do not be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, 100%.
This guy made a record that night as far as his personal career, and this is what he still decided to do. Now, initially in the beginning, the rumor they wasn't sure what happened, so media was being respectful. Now we find out it was suicide, and it's tragic. I mean, it won't be the last, and everyone's going to do the whole CTE. I mean, the whole situation. We'll see if that's what it is. If it's brain injury or not.
We'll find out if it's CTA related.
Yeah,
Roman
Best
asked the question. Ben Johnson turned the Bears around. I wouldn't call them Super Bowl contenders, but at least a playoff run in the cards. Yeah, I think the Bears could do something. 100%.
They are.
100%.
Caleb, I'll give credit. Listen, my son-in-law to be is a diehard Bears game. We were at a wedding expo yesterday. Both of us watching the games on YouTube.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fernando asked a great question. Greater Laker, Magic Johnson or Kobe? I love Magic. I'm a huge Magic Johnson fan. But
bigger Kobe
you said
guy.
something that I cannot even remotely argue with. You're talking about
Kobe.
Who are we talking about?
Kobe.
Who are we talking about?
Kobe.
That's a no-brainer, dude. Kobe is the GOAT. And that's basically the end of that one. Mac,
whoa.
Who
the
you
GOAT
got?
Of the Lakers. The
Yes.
GOAT of the Lakers.
GOAT of the Lakers. I'm sorry. I refrained.
Yeah.
He's the Laker GOAT.
Yes, he is. I'm going to say Magic Johnson. And the reason why, before you go crazy, is because of this. They were the Showtime.
I'm not going crazy.
All right, well,
I'm not upset. What was that?
They were the Showtime Lakers, and they brought the entertainment to basketball. Kobe was a beast, and you wanted to see him play because of the beast mentality. But he was not Showtime Lakers. He was a great Laker. However, Magic Johnson brought celebs to the games. He was flashy, the razzle dazzle. He brought the entertainment of basketball.
How many rings does Magic have?
He's got 4.
And how many does Kobe have?
All right, he's got 5. All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah. But
worst trade. I like this question.
Okay.
Micah Parsons or trading Luka. I'm very upset about Micah Parsons. I'm not going to stand here as a Cowboy fan and defend the Micah Parsons trade. I think it's horrible. I think Jerry Jones is senile and pseudo idiot. But I'm still going with Luka. I mean, Ozempa Luka is a beast, dude. For brittle Glass Davis, no. It's close. It's very close. That's a really good question. You know what? I think you deserve a applause. You deserve a applause for that. I'm going to give you a applause for that. That's what you got.
Well, between the two, the Micah Parsons trade was earth-shattering news, mind you. Earth-shattering.
I know you were happy about it.
It was news. Versus deal, it was earth-shattering. Like, they're going to get a deal done. Like, Stephen A. was on the show. I talked to Jerry. Like, there was a whole documentary about it. And then he's like, nah. And then what all happened in the end. So, I don't know. I think the Michael Parsons situation was 10 times better. So America, just so you know.
So you think that trade was worse than trading Luka?
Huh?
You think that trade was worse than trading Luka?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, the Parsons deal 10 times worse than the Luka deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect you.
Yeah.
I respect your opinion. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah,
all right, dude. Well, that wraps up another episode of Race Sports and Slams. I want to thank my new permanent co-host, Mack Garvin Jr. Welcome to the Boink Studios family. We are excited to have you. And any parting words before I get you out of here? And please stay on because, we'll chat it up afterwards.
Absolutely. So I just want to give a special shout out today to my fraternity, Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Today is our anniversary, 117 years. So shout out to all the bros across the globe in America. I'm happy to be a part of this show. My boy Ray, we gonna make some history together. Love this guy. Yeah. I'm super excited for everything we're gonna do. So everyone keep chiming in. Support us at the Boink Studio.
Exactly. Support. Show love. All right, brother. I will see you next week. Stay in, and we'll chat it up in a minute.
Absolutely.
All right, gang. Thank you again for another episode of Race Sports and Slams. I am happy that I have my permanent co-host, Mac, in the house. So we are cooking with gas, dude. Thanks again for all the love. Thanks for all the support. Please, again, follow us on boinkstudios.com, Race Sports and Slams on YouTube, and I will see you next week. Have a good night.